What's the spring been like after getting a full year as a starter under your belt, having that experience?
I feel like the spring is still like a grind. Still, you still want to grind and strain yourself. Even to strain yourself to go into fall camp, and then when you get to fall camp, it's more about like I would say preparing for your first game. So I feel like the spring is where you still grinding out. So I don't think the spring should be any different. You should still take strides every spring, but you still should grind.
Brad talked about all those reps you got last year and getting tested. I guess what did you maybe take away most from last season?
It was a learning experience, really. Like I feel like with that me being my first time starting the season, me getting all those reps, I took away it was a lot of things I could take away from it. It was some things that I've never seen before, some things that I had to recognize and learn about as I went on because it was just new. So.
On the outside talk about the cornerback position being a question mark, how do you all use that as motivation if you do?
We feed off that. Every year I feel like it's a question. So I feel like it's a question, and I feel like that's just how we just motivate ourselves that we know we're not a question. We know in the room that what we are. So
we've seen you play a lot. We haven't really seen anybody else in that group play much. Who else should we be looking for?
I feel like all our young guys are going to have to play this year. So Maxwell Harrison, Elijah Reed, Dre Stewart, all those names, Adrian Huey, all those guys are going to have to step up. We're a thin group, so I feel like that those are all the names you should look out. Even the whole cornerback room.
So how much do the older guys have to help those young guys? Is that part of your job too? Not just know what you're supposed to do, but help the young guys?
Definitely. I feel like I'm still fairly a young guy, so I know, but I feel like I've had to, I feel like I had to mature really quickly because they wouldn't have that role model in there, and I feel like I had to step in that big brother position, step in that leader role position to help them learn the playbook, teach them about splits. If they come to me about questions, I know when you're younger, you're scared. You're kind of scared and timid to go to your coach. So they kind of come to me. I kind of I don't want to be. I'm not trying to say I'm a coach. I kind of push them towards. Kind of ask Coach Collins. What I mean?
But, you said there were things you hadn't seen before last year. Can you think of an example or a game or something you said, "Whoa, this is new"?
I felt like when we played Tennessee, the fast pace our offense they had, it was some formations that I'm like I've never seen this before, and then just coming in after the game, watching it, and then even during the spring, we would pull it up, and I would ask what would we do in this situation if we got it again, because we're gonna get we're gonna have that situation, we're gonna see them again. So.
Did you know Elijah much before this, and the trainers and all that kind of stuff? And what have you seen from him just as he kind of gets used to this first?
So I've known Elijah for about 2 years now. So I've known him for a while, and watching him from when we first started working out together, now he's taking major growths, and I feel like he's getting better and better every day. He's eager to learn. He's always asking questions, and even when he messed up, he always comes to us what did I do wrong? What I mean? So I feel like he's taking major improvements.
What's the OC making new installs on a regular basis, putting new stuff to y'all?
Say it again.
OC, the offensive coordinator, throwing new stuff at you every day. Pretty often. How challenging is that to you all?
I feel like it's challenging, but I feel like from last year, having Coach Cohen, it's kind of it's challenging, but it's kind of easy to adjust to it. You understand what I'm saying? So.
When you look back at last year, where's the biggest area of your game you've been working to improve this spring, and where do you want to be by fall? So
the biggest area I would say was my main thing was being stronger at the top of a route. So I feel like that was more of a technique and a more weight room type thing. I finally got to feel that SEC, full season experience and what an SEC receiver was truly actually like. So that has been a major point, and just route recognition and all that.
Pretty sure you and Drew came in at the same time. And what do he missed a lot last year. What was it that he missed, and how do you try to get him to play catch up during this springtime?
Drew's already caught up. He's been in. Even when he missed a lot, he was still in on the playbook, and so I feel like Drew's we're all still we're still learning, but I feel like he's right where he's supposed to be.
What do you do with the pro day coming up, and after a full year as a starter as an SEC cornerback, you kind of want to get those like NFL thoughts in your head early on. Are you just solely focused on spring practice? Are you talking to all the guys and kind of trying to get around and understand what this process is about?
I've solely spoken on spring practice. I'm focused on the team and just trying to improve the team and just take better strides. So I haven't really thought about pro day at all.
Talking more about things you haven't seen before with the new offensive coordinator, it sounds like they're throwing some looks that are unique for you guys. What kind of special challenge does that give you guys in the secondary?
I feel like it boosts our mind. I feel like it gives it, when we haven't seen it, like you're gonna probably see it somewhere else. So I feel like seeing it now is gonna help us prepare for the future. So
everybody good? All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Carrington.
Thank you.